style sheet. Now CSS formatting rules have two parts, a selector and a declaration, or in most cases a group of declarations. The selector here is our .big text, and the declarations are all the formatting rules which are being applied to this. So what we've just set, we've set the font size, style, weight, and the text transform we're having to capitalize. Everything in the braces is part of a declaration box. So by pressing a few buttons and selectors there, selecting a few options there, you've created on your way to creating a nice style sheet. So let's save that, and let's flip back to our HTML. Now to be able to apply the style that we've just created to this document, we need to link it to the CSS file, and we do that. We can right click in the work area there in the design view, go to CSS styles, and then down to attach a style sheet. Pop-up box here. You can pick a file or a URL. It's on a web server or it's local. Ours is local. So let's click browse and site style.css. Select that. Click OK. Click OK again, and it's linked in. Now let's select a bit of this unformatted text here to apply our big text style rule to. So let's just select this bit here. And then down in the properties panel you'll see that we've got formatting here and we've got CSS, and then in style non-selected at the moment, but if you drop that down, there you go, big text, and it's also showing as it will be displayed according to the options, the style options we've just set, so that's quite useful. Click big text. There you go, you've got big text. Let's just save that. I just want to show you how if you flip back to the CSS and then go back up to the CSS styles panel there, and you'll see big text is added there. Click that. All the formatting rules are here which we've set. Font size, well let's click that. You can drop it down, make it extra large. So let's just show that again, big text, just by clicking that option there. There's a drop down. Click extra large. Save that file. Go back to the HTML. And there you see the text is automatically changed to extra large. Put that back to extra large because it was getting a little silly. I just want to have a look if we go to split view to look at the code behind this HTML document which is having these styles applied to it. And as you can see at the top there, you've got the link to the style sheet, bringing that in, and then here where we've applied a style, we've got that as a span class, and then the name, big text, and the span tag then which is closed, closing off that style. Let's just close that back, go to design view, go back to the style sheet, and let's redefine one of the HTML tags. So let's go back to our CSS panel there and down to our box to create a new CSS rule, and this time we're going to hit tag, and we'll drop that down to the P tag, to the paragraph tag. In this document, click OK. Again, our options will pop up, and this time this is for the text in the main body. So I want Arial again. Size 12 is a good standard, 12 point. Color, make it a dark green. Apply. OK. There you go. A new rule there set up in the code, the style sheet. Save that. Go back to the HTML. Now you can see everything contained within a P tag there. Let's just go to split view. P tag there, P tag there. Everything has those formatting rules applied to it. Even what we just selected, because even though the big text is the size that we've set, we didn't set a color for big text. So let's just go back to the style sheet. Go up there to the styles panel, select big text, and let's go down to this add property option, click that, and drop that down, and we want to add a color option. So scroll down to color, and then a little color picker there, we'll pick black, So if you look back up there at big text, you see now you've got a style option for the color, which is black. Let's save that and then go back to the HTML. You can see because we've used the span class there for big text, it's changed to black, which was the option set specifically for it. Because we hadn't set black before, it was green, because there was a style rule in place saying that everything within a p tag would be green, even though it was taking the formatting from its own big text option, which we set in the style panel. Now I've added some more text there, so we can have a look at some of the formatting we can do with some fun we can have with line spacing and letter spacing in CSS. I also want to show you that now that we've linked the CSS file, this sitestyle.css document, to this HTML file, you'll notice that in the CSS panel for the HTML, we've got all the style rules there. You see, they're all here. And if we were to click the create a new style, it will select that define in sitestyle.css. So it's actually going to write it into our document for us, into our external style sheet for us. So we don't have to keep flipping between the two. Let's just cancel that. Okay, well let's have a look at some line heights. Let's add another property to our p tag styles. Select P there in the CSS styles panel, and then click add property. Scroll down to line height, and let's just change that to pixels, so the line height is in pixels. And I've changed it to 1 pixel line height with a font size of 12. And as you can see, that's an interesting effect, not very good for legibility, but it shows you by using extremes you can see how it can affect the line heights there. And it's a pretty much of a jumble there. So let's try another extreme. Let's click in it again and change the 1 to 50. There you've got very large line heights for this body of text. I always find a good option is to select 16. If your point size, if your font size is 12, then a line height of 16 should look quite sophisticated and quite nice. Let's have a look at a more stylistic look at text, approach to text. If we now add another property to our p tag, and if we scroll down to letter spacing and put in a figure there, say 20 pixels, 20 pixel spacing between each letter. Here you go, very stylistic look. Let's change that to straight to 5 pixels.